Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Again, I think it's good to see you guys. I hope you guys are staying very, very safe. Okay, so this session itself, okay, is going to be called the new norm. Okay, so a new norm. This session, we're going to train you guys more on what we call Google Pay Per Click and also Google AdWords. So it's the same thing. So I'm going to share a little bit on the in-depth. Anyway, not to worry. This session will be recorded. Okay, will be recorded. Okay, so I think I'm going to start my section right now. So are you guys ready? If you are ready, say yes, put in the chat. Okay, so let me just warm up a little bit with you guys. Okay, I hope my voice is all good. I try my level best to raise it up. Okay, let me just raise this up a bit so that, okay, good. I'll be able to see all of you. Okay, so this session, it's about digital training. Okay, you guys know the importance of digital nowadays. So today, basically, we're going to do two parts of the session. First, more about the theory, some of the strategies and technique. And of course, the second part will be more on hands-on practical. And I hope you guys can bear with me because this is going to be a Zoom session. Okay, so I may not be able to, I don't want to go too fast and I also don't want to go too slow. Okay, so I try my level best to incorporate as much as I can. I'm having my iPad open so you can actually put in messages so that I can see and I can read as well. Okay, because previously every time you guys put messages I cannot see, but this time around I can see. Okay, so this session will be recorded, so not to worry if you miss any part. I hope you guys will rewatch as many times as you can. Okay, so you can rewatch it as many times as you can. Okay, and also for these slides and every sharing that I do, please keep it to yourself and maybe to your buddies. Okay, please do not share outside because I think at the end of the day, we want you to benefit from it. So I want you to benefit from the training, basically to make money for yourself. Okay, good, all good, So if you are good, just raise your hand. So test your button. Is it ready? All good, or your hand button can press right, the raise hand button. All good, Okay, it's working. I can see. Okay, thank you so much. So I'm going to start with, what is Google AdWords today. Also to cover a little bit on what is SEO, SEM, okay. Also to harness the power of Google AdWords, okay, some of the bidding strategies, and of course, ultimately, most important, how you can lower the cost of digital marketing, your cost pay per click. After that, we're going to have a break, okay, around 15 minutes, for you guys to prepare. For those who are using your laptop now, you can later swap to your iPad. It'll give you some time before we go into the hands-on. Okay, end of the day, you will be able to create your own active campaign. Okay, so I just want you guys to do your own campaign by the end of today. So that's my objective. Okay, so even before I talk about digital, so why is it important to me? So I'm going to share a little bit of a short story before I even go into deep dive into this subject itself. Okay, so why am I so driven into this digital thing? Okay, for those who know me, probably you guys know my journey, but for those who don't, probably just share with you where and how, actually get into contact with this kind of digital, kind of marketing kind of thing. Okay, so just to bring you back to the past again. Okay, so again, just to share with you, I'm in this line for the past 15 years. So I didn't know what to do when I was a new agent, right? So 15 years back, okay, 15 years back, I also wanted to do projects, and I was very curious what's happening in real estate, right? How do I get leads? How do I get clients? Okay, so one fine day, just let you know, during then when I was a new agent, I remember during my first year, I was walking into a show flat. I can't really recall which show flat already. So when I walk into this show flat, okay, actually I saw this thing called the handbag. Okay, I saw a guy probably the age of like my age, maybe like 22, 23 years old then, carrying a handbag, walking into the show flat. So I thought, how come got student, want to buy property? I said, how can it be? Cannot be, right? So there was someone who's wearing a school bag. So then I was like, okay, what is it about? So I took notice of what this person is doing. So end of the day, just to speed up my findings, okay, during a launch, okay, usually we're always thinking, hey, I want to close one customer or maybe two customer. Wow, I'll be very good right now. If you guys want to close one deal, it's going to be very, very good. But at that day, I remember during the launch, okay, this guy basically took out this school bag, okay, put on the floor like a very young kid, okay, and then he pulled out documentations after documentations after documentations after documentations. Okay, inside at least, I think at least 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, maybe around 4 inch thick, okay, of documentation. And all these people, okay, are basically buyers to buy the project. I was like completely blown away. If I were you, I was like, oh my goodness, I was only thinking about one client and I may not even have one client. How come this person got I don't know 30 clients? So it's like this is crazy. And probably, he looks like much younger than me, right? At that time I was like 22, 23, but that guy looks like he was 17 years old. But ultimately, there were many, many deals being closed, and I just went crazy, right? So I don't have the background. So guys, I just want to share with you, I don't have such background, what digital, all this. I have no idea all this one. So because of that, okay, I also want to share with you, I come from a single parent family. I don't have any siblings, right? So my family also, I don't have rich parents, no rich uncle, auntie. So I come in this line, I just want to make it. So with that very, very simple mindset, I tell myself, I just want to close deal. I just want to make it. Okay, so because of that, I went on a quest to try and master, okay, the art of digital marketing, right? So because I saw good results, I believe when you see good results, you want to what? Copy, duplicate, whatever you call it, right? Or you want to mimic what people are doing. So I go and research, I go and, hours and hours on YouTube, books, try and error. I do everything I can because last time don't have Zoom like that. Nobody sit down and teach me, how to click here. Nobody, right? So that's why I just felt this whole thing actually changed my entire life. So with that, through this, right, within my first year itself, I basically crossed, like 18 position out of 6,000 agents. And that time, I made good money. I was like 23 years old. I crossed 400,000. At that time, 400,000 was like the top notch. Not like today, easily 100,000. Last time, 400,000 is like the cream of the crop that time, right? So that was when I got my first taste of success. That was where I got my first taste of success. And of course, believe me, okay, if you really believe in it, okay, you go and do it, you spend the hours in it, you won't regret it. Okay, so all these years as it progressed, for those who have seen me before, those who have understand, most of my business is built on digital, right? Be it sales, be it team building, be it now even training, I have to build on digital, right? So that's where my past come from. And of course, closing $1 million in a year was like a dream come true, right? So that was my target. I think I'm just one of the first few, even in the group itself, to cross $1 million, just by doing digital marketing. So that was where I continued to close many, many deals. And I just felt that digital marketing is not just something that for you to get leads. If you think it's just to get leads, I can say it's just the beginning. Okay, so it's not about leads. It's all about what? Life transformation. Okay, today you can see, we work from home. Today, even when economies open, people may not even want to go back to the office, right? They don't go back to the office because why? All this digital, okay, is able to what? Gives you the ability to make use of maybe just 4 hours of work to achieve 24 hours of work and job done, right? So with digital, basically we are supposed to make use of it and leverage and to achieve more time, money, and freedom. Okay, so who wants all this? Can I have a three? Three means you want all these three. You type in three. If you want money, you type one. Time, you two. Everything, you type three. Must engage you. Okay, so warm up ready? All of you warm up ready? Okay, good. So that's why, okay, I am on a mission to build and groom all of you to become digital realtors. Okay, so I want you guys to learn this skill. Okay, whatever you are doing today, keep it. Whatever you are doing today, continue to do it. Okay, do not change strategy. No, this is one more enhancement. How many more? One more. Okay, one more enhancement for you to build your business. Okay, so it's an enhancement. That's why today, we're going to share with you more about Google AdWords. Okay, so for those who know what's Google AdWords, good. For those who don't, just to share with you, Google AdWords is basically an online advertisement platform. Okay, it's an online advertisement platform, and then behind it is actually what we call a AdWords for you to edit and amend, right? Like Facebook, there's always the front end, there's also the back end. Similarly, whatever you see on Google is the front end, but we also have the back end for you to edit. So what is Google AdWords about? So a little bit of the past, okay, what is Google AdWords? Okay, why is it even important? So all these years, even before Facebook happened, I was making a lot of money out of Google AdWords already, okay, because why? A lot of people are not doing it. Simple as that. Okay, whatever you hear on the ground, trust me, they just try only, test water only. After that, they never do already. Okay, those that really do it, not many. Okay, not many can last very long. So because they're not doing it right, and they probably don't have the support, okay, to continue to do it. Okay, so this Google AdWords itself, it came about. Okay, it really matured probably around 2005. It was that year that things start to roll out. Okay, I joined this industry in 2006. Okay, really harnessed the power in 2007 and onwards. Okay, so even Facebook itself only came on board 2017 plus minus. Okay, so before that, it's all about Google AdWords. Okay, so all those people that made full use of it, basically, if you have heard about it last time, wow, it's very, very cheap. Then now it's slightly more expensive. True or not? I believe that's always what you are thinking. But guys, take note, moving forward, okay, things will only get more expensive. Okay, so regardless, it's like buying property and that. So it's the same, right? So moving forward, okay, it's going to be more expensive, but definitely there's still strategies to help you lower costs and save costs. Okay. And what is Google about? How does Google make money? For those who know, okay, good. For those who don't, just to share with you, Google makes money from that white color page that has many, many words. That's about it. That is the main bulk of business. Okay. You go into Google, you search, that whole place is for them to make money. You can see they make a lot of billions of revenue just from this search. Okay. Of course, they have their YouTube, there are other stuff, but majority of their money, comes from Google ad itself. Or that's how they make their money. Okay. So every single day, they are making like 100 million a day. That's how much people are spending, how much people believe in the system, okay? Because it works for them, right? If it makes you money, you will continue to what? To spend, okay? So they are making like more than 100 million in a single day, every single day. This is how much they are making. So how does this kind of Google AdWords work? Okay, how does it work? So basically very simple. Okay, whenever we go on Google, okay, there will be links, right? When you search, for example, you search Pasir 8, you search, Komodo, you search waterfall, water gardens, when you search for something, all these things will display, right? These are called search results, right? So there'll be search results that come in. So when there's search results that come in, as a consumer, okay, can I ask, which advertisement will you click? Okay, just put in the chat. Will you click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? Just put in the chat. Just for fun, right? So now you go to Google. You're a consumer, not an agent. Consumer. You want to buy something. You want to look for information. There's number 1 to number 7. After you search, which one will you click inside? Can I have a show of hands? Sorry, not sure. Can I see what you put in the chat? Some say 5. Well, you will choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Some will choose 6. Most will choose 1 or 2. Right. So different people will react differently. Okay. But we always go for the majority because these are consumers. Okay. They are consumers. So based on research, okay, where our eyeballs will always be looking. Whenever you search for something, naturally, it will always go to the top left corner. That's how. Why? Because when we read books, we start from, left corner right now. We always start from the left, we read. So remember, this is how people read stuff. Okay, so yes, naturally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and onwards. Okay, so this is how people would what? Search for advertisements and then click into the advertisement, and most likely, if you are there, you'll be there. Okay, so you'll be reaping from it. But I just want to share with you what are the difference. Why some people will click 5? Why some people will click 6? Because, okay, when you search for Google, there will be this thing called the ads. Okay, you can see circled in red. There's this thing called ads. So all these people actually paid money to be in the top 1 spot, 2 spot, or even 3rd spot. Okay, so between the 1 to 3 spot, usually, okay, they are all paid advertisements. So when you see this word advertisement, means they paid money for it. Okay, we call it the SEM. It's called search engine marketing. Marketing means you pay money, so that you market your products here. So these are what we call Google AdWords. And of course, for those who click, below the ads, you guys are maybe a bit more experienced. You know that this one, people are paying money. You want to go that go to those that are non-paying money ones. This is what we call the organic searches. Okay, so these green ones are actually what we call organic results, meaning these people may not have paid so much, okay, to be in this spot. And this is what we call search engine optimization. Okay, it's called search engine optimization, meaning their website is so good that Google wants to put it on their first page. Okay, this is the difference between paid and organic. So this is how you differentiate the differences. I hope you guys understand me so far. Okay, then of course, under the paid advertisements, we have what we call the absolute top. Okay, just take note of the terms I use. Okay, absolute top means the number what? Number what? One. Okay, absolute means one. Okay, then of course, there'll be your second, your third, your fourth. We call it top positions. And of course, your organic. So this is how usually it looks like. This is basically how Google makes money, that's about it, right? So they make money from all these kind of things all these years. Okay, so of course the general differences people like to discuss, where I just want to highlight to you, it's not going to be an in-depth training because I just want to share with you the concepts, okay? Basically, in the market, there are only two types of marketing. One, search engine optimization. The other one is search engine marketing, right? So search engine optimization, meaning all the organic ads which I show you just now, and search engine marketing is what I'm going to teach you later. It's more about Google AdWords. So what's the main difference? Okay, main difference is this, okay, because all these paid, okay, people always say, hey, must pay money, I want to be free, okay, but guys, in terms of our projects today, okay, we are basically targeting very short time frames. Okay, there are strategies to use if you want long term. There are also strategies to use if you want short term. Of course, both is the best, right? But if you want to create results in the shortest time possible, you have to probably use the SEM first, especially for projects. But of course, if you say, hey, I want longer term, I want to have that long term, I want to go 2 years in this project, you can actually do the SEO, where I will leave it to another day to train, okay, because we have no time to train SEO today. We only can train SEM, okay? So what are the main differences? Okay, so for SEO, okay, basically you will be on page 1 Google or page 2, okay, because of your what? Of all your good, what we call website, everything is nicely done. Google thinks it's good, it will be on the first few pages, okay? Then if they think it's good, you must understand, if they think it's good, meaning it must meet certain requirements, then yes, maybe you get free traffic. If it meets the requirements. Later, I can just show you what kind of requirements, okay? And of course, longer term, because you don't have to spend money, because once it's on page 1, page 2, longer term, you may or may not get leads from there, so you don't have to pay any money. Maybe you get 1 or 2 leads. I mean, it's good, right? So these are the pros of it. But of course, what's the cons? Okay, cons means it's not easy to set up, right? It has more requirements to meet. It must meet, an example, just to give a bit technical, it must meet the headline, must be a H1, H2 tags, okay? Then it must have credible backlinks, okay? It must have a very nice images, okay? It must have a certain number of words, requirements. It must have certain pages. If they feel it's good, then, yes, they give you this a bit more credential, okay? More development. So for the more expert, maybe you all can explore this because it's very, very nitty-gritty, okay? A little bit more time needed to set this up, okay? So imagine today, I want to just get leads tomorrow. I don't think SEO can do it, okay? Minimum time frame you're looking at least you need 1 month or even up to 3 months if you're lucky. If you're not so lucky, maybe it takes 6 months to get things to be optimized, okay? So that's why usually this is for the long term, okay? And for SEM, search engine marketing means what? You just set up easily. Today, I want to create the campaign. By the end of today, you'll be able to set it up already, okay? So that's how fast it is. Lesser development, okay? It still requires you to click here, click there, but lesser. And of course, the cons will be, it'll be a bit more costly because you want to, jump the queue, right? So it's going to be more costly and it may subject to ad blindness. Okay, what do you mean by ad blindness? Ad blindness means just now someone put in the chat, I think it's Christina, right? You put, or Jensen, say you will click number 4, number 5. Why? Because some customers, if they are in this industry or they are always searching on Google, they will know the first 3 usually, or with the word advertisement, they try not to click it. So it's a deliberate move by the customer. Okay, it's deliberately by the customer. They choose to click the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th. Okay, so this is what we call ad blindness. But majority probably will not be aware. They will just click whatever they see, right? The first few results. Okay, this is the some of the downsides moving forward. Okay, so anyway, okay, just to share with you some of the SEO credibility. So for those who are a bit more experienced, you want to have your own website, your own domain names. You must have relevant content, relevant images. Okay, you must have consistent traffic. Not today 10,000 people, tomorrow nobody really. Okay, so they need consistent traffic over time. Google will say, hey, you are very credible, I'm going to put you up on Google. Okay, and also backlinks meaning, example, if Straits Times say, hey, wow, this website is good, Straits Times say, hey, you should go and see this website, and then things like that, right? This is what we call credible backlinks. So there must be people that say your website is good, then your website is good, man. You cannot say yourself. So these are small little things that can actually boost up this your website. Okay, so these are what we call SEO. Okay, but today, I'm not going to talk about that, but to show you SEO, you will see example, there will be like listing sites. You have many projects inside, and then you buy this domain name. Okay, you have a lot of sub projects inside this whole page. Then you go and do what we call search engine optimization long term. Okay, so this one I have to leave it to another day. At least you guys know, what is the main difference between SEO and later I'm going to share what we call SEM. Okay, so don't get confused. It's two very different things. Okay, so then why do we choose Google AdWords? Okay, why do we choose Google AdWords? So number one, okay, is able to leverage and maximize exposure. Okay, leveraging on what? Other people's exposure also. So just to share with you some of the jokes I always like to have. So for example, we work very hard. We always have a lot of flyers thrown out. We have a lot of banners. But whenever these things happen, okay, you must know customer, okay, may not pick up the flyer and call. Customer, when they see an advertisement on television, they may not just find that contact number or scan the QR code to call. What would they do? They will go online. So whenever there's this kind of leverage of exposure, they see something on Facebook they like, they will maybe don't click the advertisement, but they will go to Google. Okay, they will search Google, and if you are lucky, if you are there, there's only that few spots, first place, second place, third place on Google, right? So if you are there at the right place at the right time, you basically leverage on people's hundreds and millions of dollars of advertisement to go to your website. So I always like to say, they are working hard, but we are reaping the success. Okay, so this is how you can leverage to maximize exposure. Okay, because people always go to Google as their first source of intention to purchase. First source. Now today, who here goes to Bing? B-I-N-G, have not? Bing. Have you raise your hand up? Bing to buy products. Or who goes to Atla Vista? Still have not? Or who goes to maybe still have Yahoo? Have not? There's also Yahoo search. There's also Yahoo, AdWords. But today we're talking about Google. Okay, so usually their first intention, okay, 90% of the searchers, they all go online. So we're leveraging on this kind of exposure. So this is a very good benefit that I like. Okay, second, okay, Google actually dominates searches today. Okay, as you can see, Google today has taken over the world. Basically, 94% of people use Google. Last time I also used Yahoo. Before even I used Google, I think I also used Yahoo Ads. I did try Yahoo Ads as well. Not bad, because very little people. So Yahoo advertisement actually is very cheap. Very cheap. You all can try. Okay, so you see Yahoo, Bing, Amazon. These are still not there yet. Okay, so Google actually took up majority. Okay, you can see again in terms of percentage, I think they are nowhere available. Okay, so guys, you must understand all these things doesn't last forever, but the skill, okay, the skill lasts forever, right? Imagine that time, I was doing Yahoo and Google came on board. I can easily adapt because it's exactly the same. And why was I able to adapt when Facebook came along? Because it's exactly the same concept, right? So all these are all concepts that are the same, similar concepts. So once you learn the skill, okay, whenever a new platform, maybe tomorrow got something else come up, you will still be able to tap on it. Okay, so all this, I don't want to go to the details. You know how big Google is today already. Okay, of course, second, okay, it's a highly targeted. Okay, your ads are highly targeted. Okay, you have full control of your advertisement, like driving a manual car like that. So you have full control of your advertisement. You can control which time of the day. You can also control whether you want these advertisements to only show up in, example, Jakarta, Medan, or you want it only to show up in Singapore, or you want to only show up in KL. Also can, right? It's all targeted. Okay, and of course, it's also targeted using keywords and phrases. Okay, so you can actually control, okay, where you want your ads to be. Okay, you can schedule, right? Schedule. Wow, this one's ad schedule hacks to save money. Who wants to save money? Raise your hand. Who wants to raise your hand? Okay, good. So if you want to save money, okay, through a lot of trial and error, this is just a screenshot of my average advertisement response over the past few years. Okay, so the blue dots basically mean more people are responding lah. The darker blues, the lighter blue means lesser people. So you can take this as a reference how you want to change, and which day to post, what time to post. This is a secret for you already. Okay, so take it as just a statistics. Okay, moving forward we don't know, but this is to me what my results are, so you will know which day and what kind of timing you will spend more money. Okay, because I like to drive manual in terms of Google AdWords. Okay, so all this will be given to you. You can actually control, okay, the timings for your advertisement. And of course, in terms of budget, you can actually control your budget. Okay, if you say that I only have $500, or I only have $1,000, I only have $5,000, up to you, right? You only pay for the results, okay, because you'll be planning your own budget. Okay, investing in definite leads, okay, meaning these leads that you get usually have higher intent because they search for it. Okay, doesn't mean 100% genuine also lah, but at least you know that they are searching for it. The intention is very high already. Okay, so it's also measurable. Okay, over a period of time, you can see whether your spending is worth it or not. And of course, I would say a higher conversion ratio because of the genuinity of it. Okay, their intention is very high to see the show flat, very high to get prices, very high to get floor plans from you. So usually they will engage with you more. Okay, so this is why I like this Google AdWords. And of course, it has Google Analytics. Okay, later I'm going to show you how keywords, how timings can be most effective for maximum results. Okay, by doing it correctly, using the right keywords and everything, it actually lowers your budget. Okay, so later I'll go details into this. And of course, you can also analyze the competitiveness in that particular project that you want to do. Okay, can compare one. Later I'm going to show you. It's going to be very fun. You get to see which projects are actually expensive or cheap, or you can actually analyze it even before you start your campaign. But most important, we are Singaporeans. We love to do what? We love to jump queue, right? We love to jump the queue. So Google AdWords is a form of jumping the queue. It is fast, it is immediate. Okay, so this is how you want to leverage on Google AdWords. Okay, so these are the top 5 benefits of it. Okay, so up to here, any question, put in the chat. No problem. I will answer and I'll try my best to answer. Okay. If not, I'll go into some of the terminologies. Don't worry, it's not hands-on yet. No need to do anything now. Now is listen only. Listen because maybe some tips and ideas that I give you can spark off certain things, give you some insights. Okay, so now is not the time for you to set up. I will tell you what to set up. Okay, so setting up and some of the terms behind this ad campaign is very important for you to take note. Even before you start driving the car, you must know where's the steering wheel, the brakes, and where's the gear. How to open the door. Cannot be you don't know how to open the door, right? So I have to share with you this before you even start driving the car. Okay, so important. Google, okay, is for everybody. It is for e-commerce, is for physical business, is for real estate. So there's a lot of different industry, but I want to streamline to real estate. Okay, so remember, there's a lot of training, a lot of education outside, but you must know something. Okay, it is not that suitable. Not everything is suitable for real estate. Okay, so in real estate, through my experience of try and error. Okay, but guys, I just want to share this thing also lah. Although all this work for me, I know it will also work for you. Trust me. Okay, so for those who do not have any idea what is it about, you just have to follow the system, the formulas that I'm going to share with you. But for those who are already a bit more aware and know what's happening, then you all will build up your creativity and do better and innovate. Okay, so I say again, first you must duplicate success, right? You must use what is already good. If not, later you are over the place. Second, I want you all to do even better. Okay, so this is what my objectives are. I need to provide a framework for everybody to use. Then from there, you guys will build on it, be more experienced, and then you all can exchange ideas, and I think it's going to be fun. Okay, so this is what I can share. So in terms of Google, take note, there are a few different campaigns. First, there's the search. There's also display. There's shopping. There's videos, and also apps. So for real estate, guys, please only focus on search. Okay, those that search. The other things will just waste your money. Okay, I say again, the other things will just waste your money. For example, what are display? Okay, what is shopping? You don't want your advertisements to appear in other people's Gmail, or sometimes they read articles. These people that click, their intention is not very high one, right? It's just a advertisement, like suddenly appear in front of you, you happy, you can click, right? So if you're already doing Google, don't focus on all this. These are all, to me, unless you are a brand like Nike, Adidas, then you do all this. It's not, just focus on search. Okay? You will save probably 80% of the cost here already. Okay, the problem why people are losing money, because they are doing the wrong things. Okay, so just focus on search. Then what is display itself? What is display? Okay, so display networks are example. Oh, you have an advertisement when people are watching YouTube, or maybe when they're doing something, or there's an advertisement here again. So all this again, to me, I think is not required. This, unless you want to build a brand, like you want to brand yourself as a recruiter or a champion, and then you do all these kind of things. Okay, if not, if you're just doing projects focus, please don't do all these things. Okay, so this is just some of the things I want to highlight to you. So campaign wise, only focus on what? Type in the chat, search. Okay, only search. Now, in terms of the how to do it, okay, in terms of Google AdWords, basically these are the few terms you need to remember. Number one, campaign. This is the most important thing you all must know. It's called a campaign. Whenever you want to do one project, you have to set up a campaign. Okay, so this is what you must know, a campaign. Inside this campaign, there will be what we call a ad group. Okay, so if you are setting up a Passphrase 8 campaign, you will have a Passphrase 8 ad group, right? So from the ad group, inside there will be keywords and advertisements. Okay, so just take note, okay, if you're going to set up a project, you will have one campaign, one ad group. Okay, you can have a few keywords, you can have one or two advertisements, no problem, but it's one campaign, one ad group. If not, you'll be very, very confused, because this thing is catered for a lot of business, as I mentioned to you. So let me give you a little bit of example. So if you're selling shoes today, example, you are Nike. Sorry, you're selling shoes. You have many, many brands, right? So you want to sell Nike, you also want to sell Adidas. Okay, then you will create one example, Nike. Then inside the ad group, you will have what? Sometimes you have lady shoes, you have men's shoes, you have baby shoes. So this will differentiate the ad group. So for real estate, we don't have so much of subcategories. Okay, we only have Passphrase 8 and then Passphrase 8. There is no point you go and split up 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. It doesn't make sense also. Okay, so just to share with you, these are for other businesses. Okay, so important thing to take note. So when you want to drive the car, there's a ignition right now. You have to turn on and turn off. Okay, you will always turn on and off at the campaign level. Let me go back one more slide. You will turn on and off at the campaign level. Okay, please do not turn on and off at the ad group level. Okay, sometimes you will forget, right? Sometimes you will forget that, whether did you lock the car or not. So just go for campaign, close up everything, you'll be very safe. Okay, so we just remember the start and the stop button basically turn on and off is at the campaign level. This is the most important thing I need you to know, because when anything that goes wrong, you will switch off the switch. True, you will switch off the main switch. So this is the main circuit breaker. Anything happen, just switch it off. Okay, so just take note of this. So each campaign, will have its own budget, okay, its own settings, okay, and then you will also determine where it's going to appear. So if you have example, Pasir Ris 8 is one campaign, you will target Singapore, things like that. Maybe you have another campaign, maybe it's called Avenir, or maybe it's called Irwell Hill, that one you want to target maybe Malaysia, then you will create a Irwell Hill campaign, right? Irwell Hill campaign. So every project, the one campaign, one project. If you have 5 projects, you set up 5 campaigns. Okay, so I hope you guys understand a bit on all this. Yeah. Then after that, when you create campaigns, there's this thing called the keywords. Now, in terms of keywords, there are a few segments. You will see 5 different types of segment. You have the broad match, the broad match modifier, phrase match, exact match, and negative match. Yeah, I know when you hear all this, you also blur lah, right? I also blur. I see also I blur lah. So end of the day, okay, we just want to focus on 2 aspects. But just for clarity's sake, just to share with you, broad match is important. Okay, broad match means if you want to search this word called Africa, okay, you key in this keyword called map of Africa, it also comes out. Okay, so just to share with you, if your keyword is Africa, if somebody on Google search map of Africa, it will also come out. Okay, so this is what we call a broad match. Whether is it exact, sometimes they spell wrongly. Africa's with an S, it will also come out because broad match is important. Okay, the other one is broad match modifier. Okay, forget it. Don't even explore it. It's going to be very complicated. Okay, so usually we will not even go into broad match modifiers. Okay, third, phrase. Okay, phrase, I would suggest you not to do it because it's only exact phrase. So meaning if someone were to key in map of Africa, sorry, your Africa won't come up because it's not a phrase. So in terms of phrasing, we try not to do it, okay, unless you're very specific. Okay, alternatively, what I like is exact match. Exact match means exactly the same. Misspelling means misspelling. So I will often use exact match and also broad match. Okay, so exact match, okay, if I want Africa, they key in, they find me. If they spell wrongly Africa's, it maybe will fall into broad match. My advertisement will still come out. So these 2 are usually the ones that I use. Okay, broad match and also exact match. Of course, there's negative match, meaning if someone keys Europe, map of Africa, Europe, right, it come out, but because you put this minus, when someone key in map of Africa minus Europe, okay, they type in this, it won't come out. So these are the very nitty-gritty things that I think we don't have to go into this, because if you choose exact match and broad match, is more than sufficient. Okay. So usually only these 2. I will go into details how you're gonna do it. Okay, next. Then how is the keyword bidding? How does keyword bidding works? Okay, so in Google, okay, basically it's to what we call bid for the keyword. Meaning if I bid $1, okay, and if you bid $1.10, you'll be above me. So this is how the keyword works. So usually the highest bidders will usually have the higher rank, but also subjective. I'm going to go through the details. So how does the bidding system works? Okay, inside this bidding system, okay, they call it the pay per click, right? So you pay and then you will be online, right? So or whichever ranking it is, depends on how much you pay. So behind the scenes, there's this thing called maximize clicks. okay, which most of y'all will be using this, because this is for the automated bidding for you to maximize your clicks. Okay, I know some people are calling me and say, hey, how come my ads don't appear? I will share with you the details, but just take note, most of you will be doing maximize clicks. Okay, unless you get used to it already, then you'll be doing manual. Okay, so now we are doing automated bidding strategy first. Okay, maximize clicks. The rest are strategies that I'm going to share with you, how people use it to rank their advertisements. Now, what is the meaning of ad rank? Okay, so usually on Google, when you see the page, how many ranking are there? When you see the page, usually you will see 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4. That is the top. But don't forget, guys, there is actually 5, 6, 7, but it's at the bottom of the page. So just to share with you, the first 1, 2, 3 is usually on top. Sometimes the 4th, 5th, 6th are below. But today, some of it don't even have it. So if you're not in the top 3, guys, you probably don't exist. Okay, so I say again, if you're not in the top 3 positions, you practically don't exist, because by going to the second page, third page, doesn't make sense by doing Google AdWords already. Okay, if you want to do this, you want to win at this game, it has to be at the top 1, 2, 3 ranking. Okay, so this is how the ad rank works. So how do they determine whether you're on the first position, second position, or third position? First, it depends on the money you spend, right? $1 usually will, $2 will usually outbid $1, right? $3 will usually outbid $2. This is natural. But there's another element called the quality score. Okay, quality score means how good your website is. Okay, so if you build a lousy website, you put in a lot of money, also may not work. That's why we want to make use of ERAs, IERAs, what we call their project website, which is not bad already. But if you are a bit more advanced, you think you're expert level already, no problem. You can go and build your own website. But remember, if you build it in a not good way, then I think it will also affect your ad rank. So to be safe, majority of you, if you don't want to spend time building websites, go and use our IERA website, which later I'm going to share a bit as well. Okay, so the money you spend and the quality of the website will determine your ranking. So just for illustration's sake, why sometimes people are spending too much money and also not doing the right thing is because, example, they will think, Alexa, I thought this one you pay $8, you will be ranked number 1. I say, no, you pay $8, you may not rank number 1. Somebody who paid $2 may rank higher than you. Okay, may rank higher than you. Okay, so the higher the score, okay, the higher the rank. Okay, so you can see advertiser 1, they probably spend $2 per click. Okay, but they have a very good website. They have a high score, right? A higher score over the second person. Of course, they'll be higher up, so they'll be in the first position. So in summary, okay, whatever you put for your max bid, it will actually be lesser than that. Okay, just to show you, see how you put $2 per click is only like $1.60. You put $6, it comes out to be $4. So whatever you put here usually will turn out lesser in terms of the cost per click. Now, this is just to summarize, to share with you. But of course, you see people who are not doing well in this website. Example, the second advertiser, you're paying more, you're paying more, but because your website is not good, it's still lower than the first person. Okay, so sometimes we need to build good websites, but leverage on whatever you have. Only when you're a bit more advanced, right? When your speed of creating website is like one day, you can tweak here, tweak there, add 2-3 pages, then you go into your own building. If not, it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, if not usually, okay, the amount you put should be higher, unless your website is like crazy. Okay, so this is how this ad rank works. Okay, so what is quality score? How does Google determine quality? Meaning, what is the quality of your website? How do they determine? They determine by a lot of factors, guys. So much that I don't even want to go into the details. Okay, they talk about click-through rates. Okay, how many times people click into the advertisement, They talk about the historical performance. They talk about how relevant is your website. They talk about your advertisements, okay, inside the web. They talk about the keywords that you put. So all this will affect the quality score. So you ask me, right, who determines the quality score? Google. So you ask me, our job is to try to, within this frame, achieve what they want as quality. So that's why there's a little bit of vague things down there. We do not know how to have 100% one because Google won't tell you how. They will just tell you, oh, the higher quality, the better. Then you have to go and guess. But so only for the experienced builders, then they will understand, oh, you must have this word here, you must have that thing. Maybe Google would want to see, headers and small text. They don't want to have big text, small text, everything capital letter. So all these little integrity things are it's hard for us to train because this is really a long process. Okay, so end of the day, in summary, okay, by using very standard templates, you won't go too far wrong already. Okay, so this is what we mean by quality score. I'm going to share with you the top 3 bidding strategies that are my favorite and the ones that I often use. Okay, so in my mind, basically, I only have 3 different types of strategy. Okay, usually 3 different types. Okay, so before I go into the different types, can I ask you, which is the best position? Can you type in the chat? Which one do you think? 1, 2, or 3? Which is the best position to be in? 1, yeah, correct, of course. 2, wow, not bad. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, if you ask me, right, of course, everybody wants to be number 1. Okay, but you must understand being number 1 also means that you probably have to spend a bit more money. Okay, you have to accept the fact. And of course, if you want to be number 1, you have to put in more effort because you never know the number 2 may become number 1, right? So if you ask me, I would suggest you to be around 2, okay, to 1. So around there. Okay, so sometimes when you check an advertisement, it's okay to be second. Sometimes you check it's number 1. Sometimes it falls to number 2nd. Maybe sometimes 3. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. To me, you're inside can already. But don't always be number 1 because at number 1, every day, the whole day, is going to cost you a lot of money. Also, sometimes if you want to save some money, be on number 2 position. Okay, sometimes, right? If you want to be aggressive, you go for number 1 position. Okay, so this is how we also try to do our strategy based on this. So what are the top 3 strategies that I like to call it? I like to call this. This is I name it myself one. You cannot find it anywhere in the internet because this is a strategy. Okay, so I have basically 3 different types of strategy. Number 1, I call it the crawl strategy. Okay, crawl. Second one, I call it the jump. The third one, I call it the crab, 螃蟹, crab. So first one, so how do I make use of this strategy? So first strategy is called crawl. What's the meaning of crawl? Crawl means what? Slow and steady. Okay, so usually I will use this crawl strategy for a mid to long term. Okay, so crawl meaning what? I will put very consistent money, okay, long term over time. Okay, and usually this strategy is used for post launches or existing ones, those already launched already. Okay, those not those pre-launches, those already launched. Meaning I will what? Put a little bit of money there. Okay, I don't really go and touch it so much, but over time I know. Okay, most of the competitors, they will come in, suddenly they will lose money and then they'll go out again. So all this is the cross strategy is recommended within your budget. Okay, this one is very easy to plan. Meaning, if your budget is $1,000 a month, that means your every day is what? $30. So this is a very good consistent strategy. Okay, if your budget is $2,000, then you $60 a day. So this is a long-term strategy, usually for post launches. Okay, so how to do it? Okay, it's more or less automated lah. Okay, so it's more or less automated. Okay, you can actually go to maximize clicks. Okay, you can set your maximum per click. So for example, okay, I put maximum just for example. So for illustration's sake, I put maybe $5 for example. So example, I put here $5. Google will automatically, okay, they will see who is playing, and if the highest is only $3, you won't be paying $5. You'll be paying $3.10, $3.20. So it's all automated. But of course, if people are paying $7, $8, then if yours is 5, then of course it doesn't work, right? So this one is more or less automated. So when you try and error, when you see your advertisements there on the third position, second position, usually you just put for a month, it will be quite okay. Okay, so you have to test out. You do not know, because every project is different. The hot projects maybe cost more. The not so hot project, maybe $2, you can be number one already. So it really depends on whether this project is hot or not. Okay, but to me, I love this because this is what I like to do. A lot of people just, new launch. After that, they disappear, go to the next new launch. But for me, I like to play projects over the next 2 years, 3 years. Okay, I'm that kind that I go very deep. So projects that I go long term, I basically make more money than the projects I just like, or 3 months I disappear already. Okay, I always go long term because I'll be familiar with the project. Okay, I have more awareness about the project. I know who my competitors are on Google AdWords. I have very known competitors because I will know I'm playing every day. So I will know who are my competitors. So I'll have a lot of awareness on all this. To me, it's easier. Okay. New competitors depends. That's why this is a cross strategy for long term. I will use this strategy. For those who like the new, like they say, Alex, no, I only want to bring them to the next new launch. Don't tell me about post launch. I don't want to know after launch. I only want to know what's going to launch in the next 2 to 3 months. I'm only interested in that. Then I will use another strategy. It's called the chop strategy. You see my chai dao right now, my chopper is called chop. Okay, these are for short-term techniques. Maybe for the next 1-2 months, you want to close shop 3 months close shop. Okay, 3 months is your time frame, close shop already. So this is what we call a chop strategy. And usually this is pumping in, okay, working out your money, your budget, okay, to get absolute top, okay, because you want to really give it your best for this kind of projects. For example, up and coming, Commodore, you have Water Gardens, you have Canning Hill Piers, you have Pasir 8. You want to only play these 2 months, you have to use the chop strategy. If not, your cross strategy, no use on. Okay, you have to really work out your budget and go in very, very hard. Okay, especially for preview days. Your first 2 days of preview. For this one, I really will give my best. Okay, just to share one story about chop. During the preview, okay, I will still continue to run my ads. Okay, because I'll be staying in the show flat. Okay, of course, if it permits, in the show flat, I'll be there and I'll be pumping my money into Google AdWords to be number 1 position, especially for the first 2 days. Okay, because this is the highest period that people want to search. They will always call and say, hey, I want to visit the show flat the next 30 minutes, can or not? So can you imagine what kind of budget you think I will put if I'm at the show flat today and waiting for customers to come? How much you think should be a budget for 1 day? Can you put a chat now? If it's you, 1 day, how much money you put 1 day? Put a chat. Sure, no, Irene, 1,000. 1 day. Hey, Daniel, 3,000. Wow, competition just increased. Jensen, 1 day, 5,000. Sure, no. Okay, 500, 300. Okay, lah. So, see, different people got different budget. Okay, but trust me, when it comes to the real dollars, okay, lah, you won't put 3,000, 5,000. Okay, what I did was this. Okay, I put approximately $1,000 a day. Okay, that's like what you say, it's crazy, 1,000. Say, no, it's not crazy. Guys, this is an investment. I'm not asking you to put 1,000 a day for 30 days. That is insane, maybe, right? I'm just putting for 1 or 2 days or maybe 1 weekend. Depends on your budget. And with that, I just share with you those who are playing, when I was playing Google AdWords aggressively, during the preview, most agents, they don't want to play because when I put $1,000, the agents would know and then they'll be out of the market already, right? So they won't challenge. So the next day, because competitors are known, I will reduce my budget already. Okay, so again, chop strategy means pumping in for maximum results. Okay, there's no hard and fast rule. It is a strategy, right? So that may not work on a day-to-day basis, but depends. But I want to let you understand why sometimes you don't get results. Maybe because you are the one that kena chop. You must understand how we die also, right? Not. It's either you go out and chop or you cannot chop. Okay, so these are the things that may happen. And to do a chop strategy, you cannot choose the automated bidding. Okay, I say again, if you choose a chop, you cannot do automated because automated means too slow already. You got to do manual pay-per-click, right? Just go in, put in your dollars. Maybe for example, I don't know, $5-10 per click, and then again $1,000 or maybe $500 a day. Depends on how aggressive you are. Even up to 1,000. I think maybe Daniel will put 3,000. Maybe I don't know. So depends, right? So to me, if you ask me, guys, a campaign shouldn't be more. Okay, I say again, if you are new at it for a start, shouldn't be more than 5,000. Okay, for a start. Okay, you can basically toy around the 1,000 to 3,000. You should be able to get 1 or 2 good leads to close. I'm not saying I want 100 leads. No, between $1,000 to $3,000 per campaign, you should be able to get some good leads already. Okay, you do not need to put 20,000. Don't listen to the industry people tell you. They are all telling you the wrong things. Okay, yes, you can put 20,000, but that's over a period of 2 years. Okay, it won't be like don't anyhow spend your money. Okay, so if you are going to cross 5,000, please seek advice first, because maybe you are doing it wrongly, or maybe this project really is aggressive. Okay, by right, a month you should not exceed $5,000. So you have to try to be effective. If you tell me, Alexa, no, I can spend 10,000, then I think you don't need to attend any training. You just spend. You spend already, up to you, right? So as mentioned, my objective is to bring down your cost. Okay, I think 1 to 3 is fair. 5 is optimal. Okay, 5 is optimal. Okay, so try not to go too far beyond. Okay, if you want to go far, later I'm going to share with you how. Okay, so end of the day, this is how you're going to do the chop strategy. And the third strategy, also one of my favorite, is called the crab strategy. Wow, 螃蟹 also come out already. All your 螃蟹. Why do I like this crab? Why do I even name it a crab strategy? Okay, guys, you put one just for the fun of it, because I came out with this when I was like thinking about it. Okay, so why do I come out with this name crab strategy? Because you guys know, when you put one crab into a container, those normal containers, you put one crab inside. Usually the crab will just crawl out, no problem. Those very shallow one, it will climb up by itself. But do you know, you put 2 crabs inside, both crab cannot come out. Why? Can you put in the chat now, just to have fun? If not, everybody's sleeping. 1 crab can come out, but 2 crab cannot come out. Why? Why do you think so? Yes, they are fighting, right? Whenever you have 2 crabs in the basket, in the container, when the first one wants to go out, the second one will pull them down. True? Then when the second one wants to go out, the first one will pull them down. So this becomes a crab strategy. So what is this strategy used for? This strategy is for long-term technique with specific competitor. Wow. Let's say again, for long-term technique with specific competitor. So I'm sharing with you my secret though. So sometimes why people aim me is because I'm doing all this. Okay, long-term specific competitor, because every project there might be 1 or 2 competitor that you'll be very, very aware of. You want to make use of this strategy. So it's a mid to long-term strategy. It is to squeeze out a specific competitor. Okay, so you basically, maybe I'll show you the next slide, you'll understand better. So it's this thing called target impression share. Okay, this whole crab strategy is called, in Hokkien, I say in Hokkien first, it's called Tio aim lah. You cannot aim already. Tio aim, right? Everybody know this person is the one always playing this. Then you will use this strategy called target impression. I like it because it was only introduced in 2014, and not many people know how to use this. Okay, so when I see a competitor and I know I want to be above this competitor, I will have to use this target impression share. I have to target his website and his domain. So whenever he appears, this thing will kick in, and then it will try and outbid him. Okay, so it's just to outbid that 1 or competitor at the time. You cannot outbid two, only one. So just to share with you how it works. So in terms of the bidding, you'll be you'll be going into the target impression share, okay? And then, example, I will select, I want to be on the absolute top, on top of this competitor called Alex Lim. I don't like him. Wow, I want to be on top of him. But sometimes I give him a bit of chance. I say, okay, I want to be on top of him 80% of the time. Okay, you want to put 100% up to you. You want to put 80 also can. Okay, so you can put 50 also. So I can say, hey, I want to be on top of him 80% of the time, and then I set an amount. Maybe I put $10. But maybe that cost per click is only averaging $2 to $3. You will still be paying $2 to $3. But when this person comes out, whatever he's paying, Google will automatically try to outbid him within this budget. Okay, so this is something to target long-term competitors. Okay, so these competitors are usually the ones that you always often see on Google AdWords. Okay, so you will use this strategy if you're playing the long game. Okay, so these are things that you can probably look out for. Okay, up to here, any question about this? When to use later, I can share a bit more, but at least you must know how we die, right? Now, sometimes you cannot aim, you must understand why you can. How come you always go there? Somebody would, try to overbeat you, outbeat you. So these are things that it's like a game, okay? It's like a game. Okay, so up to here, any question for this? Okay, let me see my time check. My time check, just nice. Okay, so okay, how many keywords? Okay, keywords, I will go into the practical. Okay, so now I need you all to do a few things first. Okay, I need you all to do a few things. Number one, I need you to already know and select a pre-launch or a post-launch. You must know, pre-launch means haven't launched yet. Post-launch means already launched. So you have to choose a project that you like. Okay, if you ask me, okay, I don't want to give you a specific because I think everyone has their own preferred location. Okay, but in terms of pre-launch, we only have a short list. But for post-launch, maybe for those who are staying nearby, I think you always should try to go to those that are nearer to you. Okay, so just to answer Richard's question, the crab is not manual, the crab is auto. So sorry, this whole thing is automated one. Okay, this whole crab thing is automated. Okay, so anyway, come back again, sorry. So please select launch because I want you all to successfully create a campaign by the end of this training. Okay, go and select. Okay, next, if you have selected it, please go to your iERA project using your ERA app and go and generate this project out. Okay, I'm going to show you how. Okay, and then you're going to buy a domain name. So I'm going to go through with you, and then I want you to buy a domain name. And ultimately, when you have time, you will connect the domain name later to your iERA project. Okay, so these are the steps you need to do. Okay, and then you all can take a screenshot first. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you time to do. Okay, and next, for those who don't have a Google AdWords account, I want you all to go and set it up. Go and register. Just at least have your email, password ready. Okay, go and register for your account. At end of the training, okay, whether you know or you don't know, I would suggest you will find a project partner to run this project campaign together with you. Why? Why do I encourage this partnership? Okay, because all these years, I've been training digital for so many years. I kind of find out what is the problem. Okay, the problem doesn't lie with you don't know how to do. The problem doesn't lie with budget. Okay, the problem lies with you are not doing it because there's no accountability. That is the problem. Okay, so I just felt maybe because there's no one beside you to motivate you, maybe there isn't teamwork. That's why I think maybe you should find at least one partner, okay, to go and work on a project together. If you are that good, you will go and do other projects alone, no problem. But I just felt at least one, go and do with somebody. Because you will have ideas, right? Somebody will kick you and say, hey, why you never do? Hey, why you never follow up? There's things that will happen. Okay, so I just felt partnerships are pretty good. At one, no need 5, 6. Sorry, 5, 6 doesn't work also. I think by finding one is good because moving forward, guys, okay, this game requires a lot of discipline. Okay, end of the day, all business requires discipline and also accountability. Okay, you need to be accountable to the results, right? You cannot overspend. Okay, you have to follow up on your leads. Okay, you have to feedback what the leads are doing. So all this again, I just felt must have accountability. Okay, so like wow, so fast I put the chat already. Wow, perfect 10, wow, momentum part. Okay, so you all want, you can make use of the chat, no problem. Go and put in if you think you like this project, you want to find a partner, just put it in. You more chi together. If you can marry together in that project, good. If not, then find someone else, right? So I think you can get busy. You go and find a project. Okay. So which project to choose? I think water gardens is not bad. Okay, water gardens together with Commodore, they are side by side. Okay, 200 units plus 4 units, total 670 over units. I think these two projects together with our IC, I think Rosemary and also our DDs, Joko, right? So these two projects are going to be, okay, Water Gardens and Commodore, is going to be the lowest entry level projects in the whole entire Singapore, okay, in terms of projects. Okay, so this one is definitely going to be hot. So you guys can choose either Water Gardens or Commodore. Okay, so these things I think it's not bad. Pasir Ris 8 is in the midst of it already, but I just felt it's still early because when I do some research, I don't think competition is that strong yet. Okay, so Pasir Ris 8 is going to be an integrated development all the way just right next to Pasir Ris MRT. So this is also going to be up soon. Okay, which you not bad you can do. Okay, so Bartley View, smaller project. Okay, so usually smaller project, lesser competition. So you want to test water. These kind of projects are pretty good. Okay, Perfect 10. This one is by Lee Ka Sheng, if I'm not wrong. Am I right? Let me see. I think so. Okay, so this is a project along Bukit Timah. So this is an own stay project on District 10. Okay, so this is a good project as well. Park Greenwich, needless to say, entry level ECs. Okay, Cliff will be probably a bit higher end. I will probably don't suggest it yet unless you are focusing on the CCR. Okay, so Cliff is definitely going to be more than 3,000, 3,500 per square foot. So if you want, if you're familiar with the location, then do it. Okay, but for the beginners, I think go for the mass market so that you can get more leads. Okay, so LIV at Mountbatten MB not bad. Okay, because this is a 388 units. This project not bad because there's no news, not much news yet. So this one, when you do now, I think it's relatively affordable. Okay, Canning Hill Pierce, now is the right time. Now, today. You by right. Okay, this is the hype coming already. Okay, so Canning Hill Pierce is the good time because it's by two most reputable developers in Singapore, CapitaLand and CDL. Okay, 700 units. This one is your Liang Court. Okay, for those who know the location, Liang Court in front facing the Singapore River, behind facing Fort Canning. 有山有水. This one, Canning Hill Pierce. Okay. Phoenix Road, this is a small project at Choa Chu Kang area. 80 units for those who are familiar, it's around Choa Chu Kang towards Bukit Panjang. Bulgaria Ace, these are the strata landed. Okay, so for those who want to do strata landed, no news yet, but no news means good news. But usually this project you have to swing around. Okay, so for the stratas, similarly for Ang Mo Kio, okay, there'll be another project, Poland. I think this is a smaller project. Okay, Ang Mo Kio. I think this one maybe you can KIV, depends on how you look at it. Lesser attention, but if you want to try it, no problem. I think you can get good leads from there. Location is very good. Okay, and of course Tanah Merah, but I just felt we are slightly early. Tanah Merah, it's beside Tanah Merah MRT. Okay, so slightly early, but if you really want to try, they can't buy it today. Probably you have to bring these customers to other projects. Okay, so this it's up and coming project. So I just felt, okay, you guys should do a screenshot or take some moment to think which one you want to try it out. Okay, so go and try it out because I just felt you must take action. Okay, must take action. Okay, so go and try it out. Next thing I want you to do is to go to your iERA app and find that project that you want to do. Okay, and then what we call create this microsite. Okay, it's a very nice website right now. This one, It's by ERA, guys. The design is by ERA. Okay, I want you guys, okay, because later on we're going to take breaks, no problem. I want you guys to go and generate this. Take a screenshot. Generate your project that you want to do. Okay, go to IRA app, go to a project web, add the project. You must save and activate it. Then you have a domain. So there's a standard domain for this project. Okay, it's very easy to do. You just have to go to your IRA app. Okay, under this project web, add the project you want, and then save and activate. There's this domain. So you see like 10 seconds only, it come out already. Okay, so it's very easy. Go ahead and screenshot this. Later on, I need you to really activate this. Real activation. Not just see, watch. You think watch movie. No, really go activate it. Okay, so now, importantly, okay, I want you all to go and buy domain names. Okay, so screenshot this. Okay, usually what we do is this. For those who are buying the .coms, I don't mind. I think you all can go GoDaddy because it's cheaper. Okay, but if you're doing the .com.sgs, for those who know what I'm talking about, the .com.sg, you basically need to have a company name. Okay, you have to have a company name. Then you can use .com.sg and .sg. Okay, why do I use the .sg? Is because I just felt it looks more credible. Okay, so if you have friends, they can borrow company names, just to put in their company names. They have to go and you can borrow, but they have to use their corp pass to acknowledge. Then you can get a .com or .sg. If not, you all can go to GoDaddy.com to purchase domain name. Okay, so after purchasing domain name, you will watch this few minutes video later. Go and connect the domain name. Okay, I will give you time for it. Okay, you will connect the domain name to your IERA project. And if you don't know how to connect, okay, try. Okay, if you really cannot, use the default. Use the default. This is the default link. If you really cannot connect, just use this default later when we are doing our practical. Okay, if not, go and connect it later. Okay. Now, domain name, how to buy, how to choose. Wait, before I move on, let me see any questions. Can we use subdomain names for project? No, we don't use subdomain names. We only use domain names. Okay, because it's already mainly it's one project, one domain name. That's for Google AdWords. Now, what kind of domain names are preferred? Take a look at this. Okay, so you can see. Okay, of course, the most perfect is the project name. Then after that, .com. But to get this kind of domain name is near to impossible, right? So just to share with you how I buy domain names, but you don't follow me, okay? Because last time, whenever there's a project name that come out, when I'm driving, I would like quickly turn into any car park. I will park my car and then I will buy the domain name. Okay, then I will continue driving again. So that's how aggressive by right we should be when we buy domain names. Okay, because there's only one domain name, right? In terms of the exact. Okay, so I just felt, of course, you must be safe. But the thing is this, you must really up your aggressiveness. Okay, if you really want to buy that domain name, you have to go in fast and you have to buy it. Okay, so .com is my preferred. Of course, if you understand the ACRA, you use company name, you can do a .com.sg. Alternatively, I will use the word official. You see a lot of official. Last time, I like to kickstart this trend. So I see a lot of official. I know are my students already, okay? Because I just need a word in front, okay? So you can do official, try and buy, okay? Alternatively, you can find those condo. Depends on whether it's still available or not, okay? You can just put the word condo inside. Or sometimes there's a word the in front, right? So the you can also put. You can also have official dash something. Okay, for sometimes really so competitive, nothing to buy already. Then you go for whatever collection, homes, SG Singapore. So usually I will try to, have the specific name itself. Okay, this will actually add more credibility to your website. Okay, so I'm going to give you a 15 minutes break. Okay, I want you guys to go back and do these items. Okay, I want you to select a project. Okay, I want you to find the project you want. Okay, go into the domain name and go and buy a domain. Okay, go and buy a domain name. Okay, go and buy a domain name. Okay, and then connect it. And for those who don't have a Google AdWords account, go and have a account. Okay, you guys can see. So this is GoDaddy.com. Okay, so just go to GoDaddy. You go and find whichever domain you want. Example, the Comodio. I just like this name. I don't know why. Okay, so usually you search for it. Is whether it's available or not. It will definitely tell you. I don't think it's available. Let me see. So it's already it's written here. Sorry, it's taken. So you gotta keep trying. Okay, maybe you want to put this word official in front. Maybe I'll get something. Oh, it's available. You see, this one how much? $2. For the first year within the second. So yeah, you can buy this. Not bad. It's only $3 only. Very cheap. Okay, or you don't want this word. I think there's the, so you have to put the better. Okay, so yep, it's still available. You see, nobody's to me, I don't see it. I don't see them so active. Commodore Condo. Okay, let me see if it's available. Yep, that's taken. Yep. Okay, so go and try it. Okay, if possible, after you find whatever you like. Okay, I need you to go and purchase it. Okay, just purchase it. Just add to cart and then purchase it. Okay, so go and buy the domain name you want. Guys, save some money. Okay, once you add to the cart, there's this full privacy domain kind of thing. I just felt it's unnecessary unless you want to hide yourself. If not, just no thanks. I don't think we need any of all this. Okay, even for the email address and all that, I think it's also not needed. Just you can select no. Okay, and the rest just ensure it's no. Just ensure you are just paying only for the domain name. Okay, of course, 1 year is always cheaper, or 2 years a bit longer. I mean, 2 years always usually more expensive, right? So it's every year renewable. So if you want to buy 1 year, 2 years, no problem. Then after that, you can actually continue to check out. Okay, just ensure that it's either 1 year or 2 years. Okay, and then you don't have all these unnecessary, ad protection, unless you want to be I don't know, a shadow warrior. Then you go and add whatever you want to hide. Okay, so ensure of this. Then you do your checkout. Okay, so then you buy your domain name. Okay, then you buy your domain name. Okay, so I know it may take some time, but not to worry. For those who have purchased it, try to link it to your what we call your web. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, try to link it. If you have any problems, no problem as well, because all this takes some time for you to work it on. Just make full use of your this particular web address. Okay, we're going to use this for the Google AdWords later. I want you guys to get all this done. Buy a domain name, because if you don't buy a domain name later on, I cannot help you do anything. You will just have to watch. Okay, which is not what I want. I want you all to get involved. Okay, go and get it done. Okay, I think I will send out the slides to you, because if not, it's going to be very difficult for all of you. So I'll just put the slides into the Telegram chat. Okay, so later you can draw it out from there.